And welcome back to Rock of Cair, Bryn, and our group is with. Oh, interesting! I just happened to highlight over the Discord, and it brought up all your names. Uh, so,
What? Wow.
hello everyone, welcome. I wonder if they can see it on the screen. Nope, not really. Right.
You know what they could see on stream?
Oh no, here we go again. uh, Rob's throwing things in the air. All right. So we are when we left off last, the group had decided, well, some of the group had decided to go to the gladiator games because that's where they were. They had tickets, and everybody was kind of questioning how and who and why and where. They ended up with these tickets, and then they barely remembered at the last minute, and they went to these things. While they were trying to get to their seats, Dimitri's popularity kind of spilled into the crowd, and younger folks were coming up and asking him to sing for them and sign all sorts of posters and pictures, sort of pictures, I guess, drawings, and like, their basically their merch that they had got from the Magic University's merch store, who quickly cottoned on to his popularity.
I'm gonna have to get over there and talk to them about a piece of this action because I'm not getting paid for none of my merch.
It's correct, yes. And while that was all going on and leading into it, Pree got rather drunk over some family issues, managed to come back still very inebriated, to the point where when she was found, people thought she was dead, or at least claimed she was dead. Maybe that's more likely. They then held a funeral for her, or them, in a.
No, she told us. Well, they told us they were dead.
Oh, is that what
They
it
said,
was?
"Hey,
I didn't
Pree," and
remember.
Pree said, "Pree is dead." And walked
Oh,
upstairs.
right. And so you guys buried them in a flower planter, which was pulled into the room. At which point you held a little ceremony and left them to their own devices.
Oh my god, I can't. I know that's what we did, but remembering that's what we did, I just feel so stupid now.
Too late now, Anthony. Too late now. And then sometime later, while you guys were dealing with your sporting event, some kobolds appeared and walked into the room and picked up our hero along with her box and carted her off, much to the unamazement of the local population at the hotel. And that's where we were. So kobolds, to explain for those of you who might not know, are little lizardy guys. They kind of look like little tiny dragons, but without wings. Yeah, they just took her away. They're about 2 foot tall, kind of mangy looking. One of the leader is basically dressed in what we'll call an attempt at clothing. He has like a little tied cloth over himself. Basically, it looks like he cut the bottom out of somebody's sock and put it on. And then has a bunch of stuff strapped to his back, including a little skunk and a little tiny snake and vials and bottles and all sorts of craziness, and a big spear on the top, which he uses to sort of lead the way as they march down the road. And off they went. Pree, I would like you, on the first roll of the night, to roll me a Constitution check. Wrong one for me, but it'll tell me what I need to know.
I had to find my character sheet. It moved.
It's fair.
They updated. I don't like when they update.
I mean, fair. I hate when my
18.
neighbors start shouting, wow, okay. So with that 18, you hear kind of this march going on. And you can hear little squeaky voices in a language you don't fully understand, or don't understand unless you know Draconic.
Nope.
Yep. So you can hear them basically going, and they're sort of, you would guess, singing a song as they march.
Okay.
You are completely covered in a white sheet, which has been tied over your arms and your legs. You are still in the box, however.
Seems appropriate. And they will roll over and go to sleep.
Okay. Okay. So the marching continues. All right. Meanwhile, back at the gladiator pit, or the pit, the Colosseum. For those of you on the map, it's just across from the tower. So there is I don't know how long you're going to stay for, but there's a bunch of fights that go on. There's a couple of giant types, like not giants, but sort of like half giants. So guys that are like 12 foot tall and they have big old clubs, and they're fighting 4 or 5 other guys, and the battle goes on for a while, and eventually the giant hits one of them and sends him flying into a wall. The other one stabs him in the knee and he goes down, and then the other one clubs him in the back of the head, which he then gets very angry at that point, turns around and nails that guy right in the face and sends him flying. And the other guy tries to go for the coup de grace, but ends up in the hand of this dude, who then bear hugs him into unconsciousness. And all of his combatants down, the giant stands up and lifts his club up over his head. And while he does that, the populace starts to throw coins his direction. And a figure that you assume must be of an official nature over in an awninged covered area gives the universal sign of good job. And the various combatants have healers and clerics that run over to them to deal with them and get them off the stage, so to speak. And the giant quickly reaches down and grabs a bunch of coinage and stuffs it into his little front pouch type thing, and then walks away.
Thank you. I'm gonna slightly elbow Nileua, be like, I didn't realize we got to fling stuff at the combatants, and I'm start flinging copper coins as hard as I can.
I would just be like, oh my gosh, great idea, but I don't want to give them money, and I start just throwing rocks off the ground.
Some of the locals are standing there beside you, kind of look over at you like quizzically, like, what? Do you not? Guy leans over and says, do you not understand quite how this works? Nileua.
Who's he talking to? Oh,
Nileua.
I'm just gonna look like blankly at him. Does it look like I know how this works?
Well, you see, normally with the guys that have won, we generally reward them. We don't throw things at them to hurt them. It's kind of like a tip, basically.
Would you suggest that I throw things at you instead?
I mean, no, obviously
Then
not.
shut up.
Wow, rude. Turns to his buddy. Believe that?
I have no patience today.
A couple of comments about foreigners coming into our area. And they just turn away and start acting like they're not talking to you anymore. So,
See, I told you it had to be money, and I start flinging more copper coins, but I'm chucking them as hard as I possibly can.
give me a strength roll then, would you please?
Dimitri is not that great with strength.
I'm aware.
Can I roll strength to see how hard, but dex to see how accurate?
Sure.
Okay. All right. First strength. Yeah, that's about right. 7. And then dex for accuracy.
Hey,
16.
look at that. So you wing it. And I mean, honestly, like it sails out of your hand and you're like, I'm going to hit him. I can tell it. I'm going to hit him. And you can see it's like, it's arcing almost perfectly. Like it looks like a missile. It's going straight. And then it just sort of falls about 10 feet in front of him and rolls over to him. And he looks at you and waves and picks it up. And yeah, he, after grabbing some more coins, walks away. And the master of ceremonies comes out onto the dirt, and you can see he's got himself some sort of tube type thing that he's holding. Basically, it would be a microphone, but it's a magical microphone, to put it bluntly, to elevate the level of his voice. And he says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're now time for the main event. The crowd just starts to roar. In this corner, the champion of all champions, the hero of Veilguard. Here is Brutus, the Destroyer." And this guy comes out, and he's a dwarf. He's about 4 foot tall. Doesn't look like a super muscular dwarf. He's got himself a big axe. Or a big warhammer, I should say. Doesn't look terribly exciting. And in the other corner, our 5-time gold medalist from last year, the champion of champions, the hero of all of the wars that we have fought in the last 10 years. Here she is. Everybody, give her a warm welcome. It is Tamara. And this collection of booze goes up. And this lady walks out. And she is probably about 6'1". She is dressed in leather armor. She has dark black hair and brown eyes. And she stares at the group of people and kind of seems to soak in the jeers and the booing. And she takes her blade, which she has in her hands, and kind of whaps it back and forth. And then she raises it up in the sky, and the other dwarf raises his weapon at her. And they wait, and the pause comes in. And then, with a sudden cheer, you hear this countdown. 3, 2, 1. And then a gong goes off, and these two charge at each other full blast. The lady with the sword tries to go low on the dwarf. The dwarf blocks it with his warhammer. He then turns and tries to swing back at her and misses with a vicious strike to the forehead. And he blocks again, and then he goes low and catches her just slightly on the side of her hip with the warhammer, and you see her grimace for a second. She then takes her sword and hits it down and knocks the hammer down from where it was going to go for the killing strike, and she brings her sword back around, and he barely has time to block it with his shield. But it's obvious now as you watch that it's really a feint, and she comes back with her sword and swings back again after the block and is able to cleave him so that the shield gets thrown up. And as it gets thrown up, she slices him right under the armpit, taking his entire arm off, which then dangles in a lifeless hop with a bit of meat hanging off of it and the bone free from the socket. And then she comes back again and hits him one more time, and his head falls from his neck, and he collapses dead onto the ground, blood soaking all onto the sand in front. And the lady looks up, raises her sword once more, and again, with boos and jeers raining down, she laps it up and blows kisses to the audience. And then doesn't wait for the non-existent coinage as tomatoes, lettuce, cabbage, occasional cucumber comes raining at her. Few rocks.
I'm gonna lead around Nileua to the guy that talked to her and said, "See, they throw things besides coins."
At her. Only
I'm
at
just sticking my
her.
tongue out.
Hey,
I'm just gonna stick my
John.
tongue out with the guy.
Mhm.
John, I'm gonna throw a gold coin at her.
He's throwing your coin. He's throwing the coin.
Okay.
Nah, I rolled for that and I wasn't sure. That's why I rolled my coin. Are you happy, B? I rolled my coin, or I flipped the coin. and it
Thrilled.
said, give her a coin. 50 years. Trying to do math.
Uh-huh.
Oops, 6, not 7. Does she pick it up?
She is busy ducking vegetables. She does see her coin, squints at you really weirdly, picks it up, looks at it, and throws it back at you.
Do I have to roll something to catch it?
Yeah, roll an acrobatics check.
Alright. Can I roll athletics?
Sure, if you want. I see why you wanted to. At a 23, you put your hand up and lands right in it.
Okay, I'll put it back in my pocket. Now I have to add it back, John. Thanks a lot.
The lady takes her sword, and you see her pull out this cloth that she has on her hip, and she just wipes the blood from it. And as it does, Nileua, give me an Arcana check, please.
Okay.
Okay, never mind.
Can I also use magic?
Sure. I also am a user of magic.
I'm not a rogue.
He just acts like one.
No, he's very bad at it.
Nope,
Ooh,
even worse.
yeah, he is very bad at it. It's true. And she tucks the sword onto her back again, straps it down, and then walks off, basically glorying in the amount of trash that's been thrown her way. And as she walks off, the announcer waits for the hail of stuff to stop falling, which it does shortly after she leaves. Comes back
While he's waiting, I'm gonna cross my arms and turn to Nileua again and say, "Didn't they tell us that they didn't fight to the death anymore?"
Eh.
The guy that talked to you earlier says that's why everybody hates this one.
We should get involved and kill everybody. Did I say that out loud?
Apparently.
Oops.
So, yeah. So he comes back out and says, thank you for attending today's performance. The vegetables that were thrown earlier, we will make sure get to places where they can be used. Thank you once again. Get home safely. And be sure to tip your cabbie on the way out. And then he walks off. And with
Wait,
that...
it was just one fight?
No, there was like... Okay, so to be clear, there's about 5, but we only talked about the last 2.
Okay, alright, cool. I was like, that's well, I guess I wouldn't care. I'm just saying that's a waste of money.
Anthony, your astonish is showing.
I know. I'm just saying.
Dimitri will immediately drop to like the floor below the seats and say, look up at Nileua and say, we better sneak out of here because otherwise I don't think those people are going to let me leave. And I shake my head towards the fans.
Go behind me, or I can turn into something ginormous and cover you. What do you want? Pick quickly. How much time does it look like I have?
Ginormous! Be something ginormous!
Okay, I will turn into a... Shall I do something really ugly? I'll be a giant fire beetle.
So, I mean, you could... Oh, you can't fly, though. Can you?
I don't need to fly.
No. I was going to say, you could always fly out, but no, you can't fly. Okay. So
okay, fine. No, I'll be a giant weasel then. I'll be a giant weasel. And Rob can just like hide in my fur and walk along with me.
Okay. Interesting.
You got 21 for stealth for hiding among the fur.
Good to go.
Do I see the giant beetle?
I'm a weasel now.
Oh, sorry, weasel.
Yeah, I would say it would be pretty hard to not see the giant weasel.
Did I see her turn into the giant weasel?
Do me a perception check, shall we?
I don't want to follow a random weasel.
Well,
I guess I did.
No, you don't. You didn't notice it.
I don't know what the hell that is. I gotta stay away from that.
I mean, you knew generally where they were because of the crowd earlier.
Is the dwarf still with me? Because she's not on call. Just wanted to make sure.
You mean Jilly Bean?
Yeah.
You look around and Jilly is nowhere to be found.
I check my pockets. Am I missing anything?
A couple of gold, yes.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough. I leave.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I just leave.
Okay. So now the three of you have left. Where are we going at this point?
Is Nileua still in animal form?
I'll switch back once we're out.
Hey, did any of you guys see the dwarf that I was with?
Dwarf? No.
What dwarf?
She's not a dwarf, by the way.
Yeah, I know. That's why we're confused.
Sorry, what was she again? I just know she was short.
A halfling.
Halfling. What the halfling? Have you guys seen the halfling?
What halfling?
It's racist what you just did there.
You mean Jill? Or Jilly?
I don't get people.
I thought she was sitting with you.
She was, and then she wasn't, and I'm missing gold. I'm just curious.
I haven't seen her since we walked into the arena.
1 second. Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so you're outside the Coliseum now. It is the better part of, I'm going to say it's about 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon now. It's taken a couple, 3 hours to go through all this process.
The fights were later in the evening. That's why we waited at the inn in the early.
Oh, right. Okay. So it's evening time. My apologies. I thought it was, or I thought I had said afternoon, but okay. Sure. No, it was afternoon, not evening. I remember now, because you were waiting till 2 o'clock. That was why. Because Pree got back at about noon, and you guys, had your little
I just remember
funeral.
hanging around the hotel for a while doing nothing.
Yeah,
well, then we did the funeral.
Yeah, and then you did the funeral. So basically, yeah, it's probably about 5 o'clock now, 5, 6 o'clock by the time you get back after all the crowds and such.
Okay.
As you pull into the hotel, do you go to your rooms? What are you doing?
I'm gonna order food.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems too early to go to our rooms, I would say.
Okay.
Are we all gonna eat?
Yeah,
Might
I
as
say out
well.
loud. I'm gonna order food, and I'm gonna. Do we just sit down, or do I have to go find a waiter?
When you sit down, usually the waiters come straight over, seeking your
Okay.
order.
Do you think Pree will have already eaten?
Didn't you say she died?
Well,
She said she died. Well, they said they
they
died.
were obviously off their. What's the word? No, I can't really say off their face. They're always like that. Clearly
Right. So
not with it.
I will go
So-
see if no longer Pree has roused from their drunken slumber. And he stands
Okay.
up.
all right, I'm just gonna ask the waiter or waitress just to bring me anything. One meal, I guess, but it could be anything.
Okay, I'll bring you the special then.
Okay. I look over at Nileua. Are you hungry?
Yeah. I'll have the same.
Okay, sounds great.
I hope it doesn't taste like feet, like the last food we had.
Okay, so the waitress goes off to do that. While she does, right, Dimitri, you head upstairs. When you get upstairs,
I would actually head to Jilly's room first.
okay,
Knock on the door.
no response.
Jilly, are you in there?
Silence so far.
Shrugs. Guess not. And he'll turn to not Pree's room.
Okay. You go into Pree's room. You notice the absence of the planter and a bowl is set on the table and it has a paper on top of it. A little scrawled up piece of paper.
Is there anything in the bowl?
A little piece of a locket of hair.
Peculiar. Is the paper on top folded up? Or is it...
It's rolled up basically with a little tie on it. Nothing terribly exciting, but it's
Let's see. Odds he'll be nosy and pick it up. Evens he'll think it's probably for Pree and leave it. Oh, apparently he's leaving it.
I'm sorry. Do you also have a coin?
No, I was trying to decide what it was he would do, and I couldn't. So I was like, I'll see.
I'm just messing with you.
You do notice as you look at it, there is like a little seal on it that says, "To the friends of the deceased."
He'll raise an eyebrow. He'll take it, and for now, he'll put it in a pocket and head downstairs.
Okay.
He'll take the lock of hair too.
Okay.
Does it look like Pree's hair color?
Yeah, it does, in fact.
Okay. I'll head back downstairs.
Okay. So you head back down.
Where's Pree? Because obviously I'll see Dimitri come back without Pree.
More important question: has our food arrived?
As more important question, as Dimitri comes back down, your bowls of soup arrive, and with it is a small sandwich. And she says, "This is the starter. The main course will be in the next 10 minutes when you are done."
As I sit down, I'll say, "Can I get one too, please?"
Certainly. And she nods and walks away.
So we got mail.
You got mail.
From
Yeah.
who?
I don't know. It says to the friends of Pree, or the
Well, we
deceased.
better find her friends then.
Oh, well, yeah, I didn't even think about that. Maybe it's
Yikes.
not for us.
That's unfortunate.
I'm just saying because I'm pretty sure she's specifically yelled, "They are not my friends." At some
I'm
point.
pretty
in
sure that
her-
could be a mistake. I don't think Pree has any friends.
No, well, can't be judgy. She might. I'm just saying.
With whom? They're always with us.
She could have had. I don't care anymore. It's fine. I'm gonna start eating.
I'm
What
just
does
gonna
it say?
shrug and break the seal.
Okay. Thank you.
Ew, what is that in your hand with the letter? You know, the hair, Rob.
Oh yeah, this was in a bowl left with the letter. I think
What
it's
is it?
Pree's.
Ew. From where? Get rid of it. That's gross.
Okay, we just drop it on the floor.
Actually, well, okay. Does anyone have magic that can locate her if she's been taken or dead?
Mm,
I'm
not
gonna
me.
go ahead. I'm gonna assume I know of such things from being a guard or something.
I think that's a god person's ability.
You mean a
Yeah,
Cair?
Plus, I was gonna say, even if I had that ability, I'm not sure I'd use it for Pree.
Okay. So, right. So you've opened the scroll. Okay. Are you gonna read it?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I just opened it to just leave it on the table.
I don't know. I don't know. You guys have been doing weird stuff so far, so don't mind me if I question what you're up to. So piece of paper rolls out, and in what I would call loosely common, there is a soliloquy about death and about the next phase of life. There is like little printings on each side of the symbols of the gods. And then on the bottom it says, we have kept a locket of the deceased's hair should you decide to resurrect them. And you may visit them to mourn them at the cemetery. And the cemetery is called Karamikos.
Sounds weird.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, was it signed?
Yes, it was. On the bottom it says from the, what is the name of this group? The Undertakers of Annengolf.
So as I finish reading, I'm going to say, okay, so maybe Pree really was dead. She's been taken away to be buried. And I'll hand it over to Bart.
I'll look at it. You said there was like images or icons of different gods or something, John?
Yep. Little symbols of the gods on either side of on the edges of the paper, basically.
Now, can I infer that this is like some sort of official document and those are like seals or something?
Official. I mean, it's.
So by that I mean, like, you know, when you get like legal documents or something, like a notary or something, they have like a seal on it.
Right.
Is that what kind of seal you're referring
No,
to? Or...
This is more like, okay, imagine somebody went to a Christian bookstore and they bought like a paper with like a cross on it, kind of as a watermark, and then wrote a very nice letter that they then gave to you from it. That kind of idea. So it's not.
So there's no way I could tell if it's a legit. I guess that wouldn't. That kind of answers the question. Yeah, I'm gonna look around. Like, so this could have been placed by anyone. It doesn't actually mean that they're, you know, from the church or from or working for the cemetery. By the way.
Okay. He just kind of shrugs.
Do
He'll pick the hair back up off the floor and say, they left this in case we want to have them resurrected.
Do we want to go to it?
To the cemetery?
Yeah.
1 second.
Oh boy.
Yes, we should.
Bart,
After
yay! The coin comes through, Bart. Nice.
But after my meal, I just got my starter. I'm waiting on my main course.
Okay. While that goes on, your meal comes to you, and the rest of you get your steak, or if you specifically wanted a vegetarian dish, it would have been that instead. And then you tuck in, I guess. Pree.
Yar.
You are in a cooler place.
Not
s-
hell. Not
the
quite
s-
yet.
The sun of the day has
I
been
don't know. Some
removed.
people say hell is cold, so
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't remember the last time that was said.
Pree lived such
Uh,
a boiling life.
It's hot as can be. They've been hot as can be. So the box is set down, and with a poof of dust that falls on you, causing you to inadvertently sneeze. And when that happens, the little collection of people who've been carrying you suddenly go, "Whoa! What the?
Can you all shut up?
Ah!"
I'm asleep.
It gets very quiet after you hear some scuffling and shuffling. You're
Thank you.
still wrapped up in a blanket, by the way, or a sheet.
They're very comfortable. They're very comfortable.
I mean, is it from the finest hotel, you know? The collection of kobold noises kind of dies down for a little bit. You hear another bit of and you hear one kind of push against something, and you can hear another one going, and you feel a little tiny claw undoing the cords around your arms and then around your legs, and then it disappears for a second. And it comes back.
Do the dead not get any rest?
And it runs away again. And you hear
Better.
them burbling to each other quietly.
Mm. So sort of shuffle around in her box and try and get more comfortable again. They will.
Okay. They spend the next half an hour trying to figure out what to do. And so with that, your meal is now over. What you gonna do, boy and girl? Boys and girl?
People.
And you're muted, B.
I'll probably be like, oh, I feel like we should probably go. You know, it's gonna be getting late soon. I'd rather not be out too long.
yeah. I mean, who wants to be at a cemetery in the dark? Yuki.
Yeah. Shall we go now? I guess I'm
Yeah.
making the decision. Let's go now.
All right. I go settle off the bill for everyone. John, how
Okay.
much do I owe you?
How kind.
Because of the meal type, probably about gold.
Insulted. I thought the meals were comped.
By who?
No, they were
The
not.
king.
Nope, just your living space is free, not the rest of it.
I'm pretty
Alright,
sure you told us the meals were on the house last time.
Oh,
It's
are you
fine.
trying to argue this to the barkeep?
No, no, up to you.
All right, John, I'll give them 2 gold.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll follow Nileua since we're leaving.
Let's
right.
go.
Let's go. Hee, hee, hee. All right. So, you guys, how are you going to figure out what's happened outside of the fact that it's a cemetery and you know that there was somebody who wrote you a letter? Did anybody pick up the scrap of hair, by the way?
Yeah, I said I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couldn't
Dimitri
remember, so I thought I'd ask.
Yeah, Dimitri recollected the gross hair.
Not
Yep.
gross. It was totally clean. They made sure.
As we're walking, I'm gonna be like, you know what? Maybe we wouldn't even have to pay for a resurrection. Pree's all godly and stuff, and he's gonna take out the hair and like put it between his hands like he's praying and say, "Dear Pree's God, whoever you are," because I never asked.
He has more than one, I think. He believes
We
in too many things. I
kind
don't know
of
if he
need
believes in
Pree
God.
back.
Pray to
As-
Pree instead.
I like how you're just talking. We're both just
I'm just talking completely over you, yeah. Purposely doing it.
So if you could like just bring them back, we
All
would
done.
appreciate it.
Because they're allowed. Maybe just tell us where they are so we can choose to avoid that place. Bring them back without a tongue. That sounds
Wow.
like a good idea. I didn't say
Nileua
cut it
going
out.
for the gusto here.
I didn't say cut it out. I said come back and just happen to not have one. I don't need to know the specifics of how it's not there anymore.
Okay, after you get no answer, what are you going to do now?
Well, praying didn't work. See, God's not real. Let's go home.
No, I was just doing that while we were walking to the cemetery. So we're
Yeah,
continuing on to the cemetery.
If he stopped, I would have just kept walking. So
No, I was doing it while I was walking with the hair between.
Trying
my
to
hands.
figure out if you even know where this cemetery is, because you haven't asked anybody, and none of you are from here. So there's
we're
that
just walking.
issue. Okay.
That's the kind of people we are, John.
I mean,
I know.
I've noticed the
I've got
chaos
that.
is real.
is
Did it
there a guard or something?
I mean, yeah, there's like guards that are wandering around occasionally.
All right, I'm gonna go up to one and say, "Excuse me, can you direct me to where the cemetery is?" And then I give him the name of the cemetery.
Oh,
Or a bunch of priests with very terrible handwriting and bad spelling skills.
oh,
Actually, this will make it easier. Dimitri, can I just see that letter?
Sure. I
I'll
thought
show
you
that
kept it, but sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine. I show that to the guard. I'm like, I'm looking for this cemetery mentioned here or this group here.
she looks at it, kind of reads it over, and goes, "Well, I mean, the cemetery's on the south end of town. It's on the other side of the wall. It's in a mountain, so there's like a little, well, not a mountain, I guess. It's more like a mound. It was a burial mound a very long time ago that some, let's just call them entrepreneurial groups are using to remove accidental dead people that have appeared across the city. Usually they seek some funding, and the hotels are more than happy to deal with it. So, yeah.
Wait, are you saying they work with the hotels then?
Uh-huh.
Do the hotels, are they normally the ones that call in these people?
I mean, usually, although sometimes they're just kind of hopping around the bars. And if they overhear people talking about dead people, they kind of go check it out. Because not everybody's really willing to tell you there's a dead body up in room 402. You know what I mean?
Are me and Dimitri hearing this?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that'll do it. I see.
I blame Julie.
Well, Jilly's not here, and our not really dead friend's not here. So I blame Jilly too.
All right. Regardless, can you give us directions to the cemetery, please? You said it was outside the wall.
Yeah, yeah. So if you take the road that heads south, the main road, and go through the gate there, and then once you get out of like the initial, there's like a farmland just as you exit, and there is like some burial mounds that are off to the left of the main road. You'll see them. They're hard not to see, really. And one of them has a kind of an entrance on it that, probably hasn't normally been used a lot. But yeah, that's where we understand that they go. Nobody really goes and checks it out. Let's be honest.
Right. But is this a legal venture that they're doing?
I mean, they get paid.
Drug dealers get paid. That doesn't mean it's legal.
I mean, well, it keeps them from stealing, so I think most people just kind of turn a blind eye to it. as long as there's not been sort of foul play, people are just happy to sort of not have anything to do with it. Occasionally the guard units get called out to have a look, just to double check things to make sure everything's on the up and up. But for the most part, we just let them go through it.
Right. If they happen to take a body that's not dead, technically that would be considered kidnapping. Yes.
I mean, yeah, but sometimes accidents
Right. You said yeah.
happen.
You said yes. I'm gonna go with that. So if let's say we want, well, want's a strong word. What if we ask for the person back and they refuse to do so?
They're pretty skittish. I'm sure if you negotiate, you'll probably get your friend back.
Right. If they say no, what I'm trying to get at is if they say no, am I legally allowed to kill them?
I mean, preferably not, because they do an actual useful task for the city. But like I said, they'll probably scramble the minute weapons come out. So, maybe...
But if they don't, I won't get in trouble if I kill them.
I mean, they're kobolds. What do you want from me?
Okay, I'm just saying, gotta know the rules, man. All right, let's go.
Yeah. One question though, like, how big a problem is it that random bodies show up in hotels in this city? That this is like a necessary thing.
I mean, it's not just the hotels. To be fair, I mean, they deal with plague victims and things like that. So I mean, they do serve quite a purpose. But yeah, we do get the occasional dead body that appears in a hotel. It happens. I don't know what you want from me.
Okay.
Doesn't seem quite just occasional if there needs to be an entire group set up ready to go and remove those bodies. But
I mean,
sure.
if you met these guys, just saying.
How often do bloody hookers, or how often are they found in hotels?
You mean dead hookers?
Yes.
What suggestions are you making about Pree?
I'm not making any assumptions about Pree.
I know where this is coming from, and I'm just going to say no metagaming.
All I'm saying is I have her axe. I don't want to be like, put fingerprints on a weapon kind of deal.
I see. I mean, you have something that appears to be an axe from another character that was in a different D&D campaign in a totally different multiverse. But okay.
Okay. I thought you specifically told me it was their weapon.
I specifically told you it was their weapon from that game. I didn't tell you it was their personal weapon currently.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right.
I'm just like nudging Dimitri. Dimitri, did he kill Jilly?
I don't know. Starting to think maybe.
What was Jilly's real job?
I'm gonna go in the direction that the guard told me where the cemetery is.
Okay.
And also, do I need a roll of perception to hear if they're
muttering
what,
about you? Yes.
Yeah.
Do a perception check for me.
Okay, let's see. What did I roll? 12.
We'll just stay far behind him and.
I mean, how quiet are you guys being? Let's just put it that way.
I mean, we figure he's caught up in talking with the guards. So.
So not that quiet. Gotcha. Okay. So yes, you do hear them muttering to each other very loudly.
Okay. Actually, hold up. Evens I care, odds I don't. Okay. I'm gonna turn around. Hey, if I ever kill anyone, I'll tell you if I killed them.
Okay. I'm not really scared of you.
I guess I haven't answered your question. I did not kill Jilly.
Oh, that's good to know. I'm not scared of you anyway. I could take you.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
I could take all of you.
I can win everything. All right.
I should have asked how long it takes to get to the cemetery. I just know it's outside of the walls,
City,
but
yeah.
that's fine.
Yep. Okay, so you guys march off. Probably takes about an hour, 20, 30 minutes to get out to the city walls. Fairly big city, so it's not like it's a quick walk. As you get out of the walls and it's starting to get dark, you see some farmland, and in the not very far distance, you see hills that look to be about maybe 100 to 250 feet tall. And they're very rounded, like they're almost, well, they are unnatural in their appearance. They don't look like as if they're foothills or something. They're like very, very rounded on the top and perfectly like a child's drawing of a hill kind of idea. So they're very symmetrical. And the okay, so roll me perception checks, please, all the three of you.
Oops.
That would not be a perception check. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so everybody, we'll say even including Dimitri, you can see an entrance which is probably about 10 foot tall and about 6 foot wide in the side of one of these hills.
I think we have to go over there.
Okay. So you guys, as you walk that way, you can see 6 little lizardmen standing in a circle, muttering at each other in a language that you don't Oh, I should ask, do any of you speak Draconic?
I don't think so.
No.
Oh, good. So you see them, and then one of them's pointing at the rest of them, saying, you know, he's, and the other one's like pointing back, saying, and then another one's like, and then they look up, and they all look over at you, like,
The moment they look at us, can I show them the letter?
sure. The
I
one
do so.
with the sock outfit, basically, puts his pointing stick down. He walks over to you and says, hello, how may I help you?
The person you took, and I'm gonna point to the paper, is probably still alive.
Oh, the sleeping one.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
He immediately
I'll
grabs your hand, Bart. Please come. We did not know
Sure.
what to do. She told us to go away. They told us to go away.
No. I just said to Dimitri, Pree's terrorizing and other people over their nose, and it's been like, what, 5 minutes? They've been
Oh,
barely
no.
like a day.
It's been a lot longer than
been a
that.
while. It's been a while.
Well, I'm over exaggerating on purpose, but the point is
Yeah.
they've barely been here any
See-
time, and Pree's already driven them crazy.
Okay.
I mean, all I'm gonna say is my prayer did work, because
It was answered.
they seem to have woken up right after I did the prayer, right? So
There you go.
So
Sure.
you're a cleric, not a rogue. That makes more sense.
I guess so.
Clerical rogue.
I'll follow the kobold that's
I
pulling
mean,
me along.
he's pulling you. He's not like letting go.
You know, I've seen this
That's
happen
fine.
before. These creepy, weird things pull you along. You think it's safe, then they push you in a volcano.
It's fine. I mean, I didn't bring him back. I'm so powerful. I didn't even need a diamond. Just saying.
The other 5
Just roll my eyes.
are not getting anywhere near that entrance. I'm just going to tell you right now. So the leader drags you in. He says, they're not supposed to be alive. That's not normal.
Yeah, she wasn't dead.
Whose
Yeah,
fault?
she
She's not
wasn't.
normal.
Hotel told us dead.
Well, get a refund.
How much did the hotel pay you?
We get 25 gold per body. But we generally have a tab at the hotels, so it was more like they took off negative 400 gold.
Right. So basically, what I'm hearing is you got paid to do nothing, pretty much.
Hey, it's hard job. We have to drag them all the way through the city.
Fair, fair, fair.
My skunk. Look at how stressed out she is.
I'm sorry, you're what?
There's a little box on his back that he wears, and it has a little skunk, and it kind of sniffs at you.
Right. Okay. Can you just show me where she is, please?
Yeah, come with me.
I thought it was the guy that smelled. Then I realized maybe it's the skunk. Oof.
He drags you along, and you find Pree lying in the box that you put her in, with a white sheet laying gently over her, and ropes kind of dangling untied out both sides. And yeah.
I'm gonna keep using prestidigitation to make the smell of fresh cinnamon rolls to cover up the skunk smell. It's like
Fair.
Oh, Dimitri, I hate cinnamon.
Oh, what do you want it to be then?
Anything else other than cinnamon or fats?
Look,
How about fresh strawberries?
Sure.
John.
Just
So
like
how,
your
how many
motto.
how many hours has it been since we last saw Pree?
about 7 hours at this point.
Okay, so she's gotten roughly. I'm gonna go ahead and say she was woken up and everything. She's gotten roughly 5 hours of sleep then.
She's probably got what's equivalent to a long rest. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm trying to figure out if it's enough, if she has an excuse to still be drunk or not.
Pree, use a Constitution check for me, please. Wow. Okay. Yeah, she's not drunk anymore. They are not drunk anymore. I keep doing that.
Okay, hey Pree, you dead or not? And I'm gonna kind of like nudge her with the like I don't know, a stick or something.
Pree, this is probably the best sleep you've ever gotten. Just saying.
As Bart says this, I'm gonna poke him and say, "They're not Pree anymore. Remember?
What?
They told us Pree was dead."
This is your problem, Dimitri. You believe everything that everyone tells you, whether it's true or not. Move out of the way. I'll deal with this. Pree hasn't answered. I'll move out of the way.
Like Bart is
Get out of
kind
the
of
way.
like frozen. I move out of the way. That's fine. But like, cause like, I'm gonna look over at Dimitri. So, I thought we were all playing a joke on her when we buried her. Do you believe she's actually dead?
He rolls his eyes. No, but I think what she meant, or they meant, was a metaphor. Like, as in Pree is dead.
I'm gonna
You're probably
turn
going by a
into-
different name, is what I mean.
I'm gonna turn into a goat and just start licking Pree's face. Big
Okay.
goat tongue. That'll wake someone up, surely. And get their attention.
Cool.
Pree will just
cool.
punch.
Okay.
Ow,
I
my
want to say,
tongue!
yeah. I anticipated violence, so I already backed up away.
Well, I think Pree's alive.
Yeah. Pree, do you still go by Pree, or are you no longer Pree?
What name did I pick again?
I mean,
John?
it's in Roll20 because you put it in the names. There's
Did I?
2 name options that you put there plus Pree, just to be confusing.
Oh dear.
What?
Right.
So,
Oh, right, because
all right, I'm gonna go ahead and admit to it. So I'm an idiot, and I thought that said Kimura, but it's camera.
what?
What?
In Roll20,
What?
it says camera.
Oh,
Yeah,
camera.
the camera
For
thing.
some reason, I was like, who's
Chimera.
Kimura? Then I'm like, wait a minute.
It's Chimera.
It's the chimera.
Okay, what's Pree called now?
Um. Praetor. So just go Praetor.
Fredo.
Right. Do you want to stay here, where you're currently at,
Where?
which is in a coffin in the cemetery, surrounded by
Why?
kobolds?
You're not
Why
surrounded
am
by
I?
kobolds.
Oh, why are you here? You people
mean-
thought you were dead, so they got the hotel called people to take your body away.
It's actually a planter, not a coffin, not a real coffin.
Oh.
So
Is
you
there carrots under
planted
there?
me.
No, we didn't. Well, actually, didn't we put water on her or something?
To be honest with you, we didn't really care what happened.
You
to
were
you. We
raining
just-
on me for some reason.
Yeah. So technically, we did
Ah.
plant you. Yeah. So
Oh yeah. Whoops. Are you coming with
mean-
us or not?
You're the one that said you were dead, so we gave you a funeral. Okay. We weren't expecting you to actually get buried, but here
you're
we are.
welcome.
Welcome.
So I'm just saying, you know how much funerals
Okay,
cost?
let's make some
20
decisions. Either
25
you're coming,
gold, apparently.
either you're coming, or we're gonna have to just take you because we can't leave you here.
No, we can. If you don't want to come, it's fine. I'm just saying.
Dimitri just wiggles his hand and goes, 5,000 gold.
Oh wait, we were paid already, weren't we? We were paid.
Yeah, we still have Pree's portion of it.
Wait, no. Do we have it or does Jilly have it?
Oh yeah, Jilly would have Pree's portion, I think.
Jilly has money for you if you come with us. Lots of money.
You guys
Once we
remember
find
it's
Jilly.
10,000
Praetor's gonna
gold,
sit
by
up
the way.
and
Yeah, but Jilly has it, so technically we don't have it yet.
just
No, we
Rob,
each took our
Oh, okay.
well, I took my share. I have my 1,000.
Oh, 1,000 gold.
No, you
cool.
have
All right.
10. Yeah, it's at 1,000 for now, and I don't remember how that worked. I thought it wasn't quite that strings attached.
Praetor, was that right? Praetor, was that it?
The group
on.
was
Or
you were
whatever.
pa-
Oh, maybe
hey,
it was 5.
No, you guys
so-
were paid 10,000 each.
Each.
Oh, each?
Each.
Okay, so we have 10,000 gold. Jesus, okay.
That's
all
We
right.
that's
have
your
big
that's
money
your
for
annual
you.
expense, and you were promised up to 10,000 more for expenses, not each.
Oh my god, why?
Collectively.
Lots of money for you. Come.
Come with me if you want to live.
they're
don't-
just they're slowly sitting up and just processing because everybody's been
Sleep so
talking
good
at
that
once.
you need help to walk.
They're hungover. Come on.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how
guys,
well you sleep, you're gonna
Guys.
be hungover.
I've got a solution. What if I turn into a camel? You put Praetor or whatever on my back, and then we walk them out.
Well, I mean, do you want to come with us or not?
Okay, Pree.
Wait,
Quick rundown of recent events. We did a job for a people called the Ivory Oath. We included you in our party. They hired us for 10,000 gold each, which you can have if you want to come with us to Pirate Island and hunt for a pirate. There you go.
Was that the elf?
It
It-
was the
yes.
tiefling
What was it?
elf. She's a tiefling / elf. She's both tiefling half elf.
Oh, okay.
Miss Langston.
Oh my brain.
I don't like elves, but I'll work for a half, I guess. Sure, let's go.
Okay.
And they'll just sort of slowly like crawl out of the planter, find reach around until they find a stick or something, and then push themselves up.
Thanks to your
Where
very
go
good
we?
constitution check, you are not headached.
No, but they also just don't want to
Move quickly. I got you.
I think we would be leaving tomorrow morning, right? I think that's what they said.
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, so you can. Yeah, I mean, technically, you can just go back to sleep here if you want. Just meet us back at the hotel tomorrow if you're more comfortable in a planter.
They'll look around at the kobolds that are hiding around and be like,
I
"They're
mean,
loud."
you
No.
only see one kobold, and he's very nervous.
No,
Yeah.
the others aren't hiding around.
They're
Nope.
out of the build. Like if you look at the map, which I've got up right now, they are not in the entranceway at all. They are completely outside. They are freaked right out. They don't want living people.
Okay.
Basically,
right.
you get the impression that he's like, "Please go, leave, don't stay around."
Let's go.
You're freaking them out like you freak everyone out.
How many kobolds were there in total? So there's
Six. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna. So are we leaving?
I assume so, based on the
Bart's
conversation.
tallying up how much XP he'll get if he kills kobolds.
Not a lot. I'm gonna tell you right now. They got 5 hit points. You ain't gonna do much adventuring with that.
Pree will point at the one kobold that is there and go, "You guys are loud, but your singing is interesting."
I don't know, John. I can do a lot
And
of
then
non-lethal
they'll
damage.
wander to the building.
He nods, and he holds up a lizard, which he has tied on a string, and he kind of waves it in front of you all, and the lizard kind of goes, "Split, split, split," and it kind of splatters this acid stuff sort of in your general direction, and he's like, "May the blessings of the Great One go with you. Bye. Get out. Go away."
What a weirdo. Thanks.
Dimitri will press the lock of hair into your hand and go, "They cut off a hunk of your hair, by the way."
Yeah. I needed a haircut anyways.
We didn't tell you where they cut the hair from, though.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't touch it. Like just
Chill.
a
All right,
big ass
back to
armpit
the.
hair.
They'll
So-
stop, kind of feel their head around, pull their pants open. No. Okay, we're good. Let's go.
Once we get back into town,
Pree is
Well,
gross.
look-
That's the translation there. Anyway, yes.
I'll look at the group and say, all right, if we're leaving tomorrow, if there's anything you guys need to buy or get or do, I guess today would be, or now would be the time to do it. I don't
need
have
to
any.
sleep. I'm sick of you all. You drain me.
Okay, I was gonna say I don't need anything, so I'm going to bed. But all right.
That too, yeah. That's what I meant. I'm just gonna go bed because I'm tired, and not because you drain me.
I have
could
the
use
only
a
thing
drink.
I have the only thing I'll ever need, and I take out the whale that squirts water and squirt Nileua with it.
You should fill that with alcohol.
I just look over at Dimitri and I'm like, "Can I see that?"
Yeah.
Yeah,
squirty
you gave it
flask.
to me.
Wait, Dimitri, there's one question that I've been meaning to ask you for a while, actually, rubbing the water off my face from the whale.
Sure.
Can I see your instrument thingy, whatever it is? I want to look at the beautiful design on it.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna leave now. Just
Walking a bit
I'm gonna-
quicker, Bart takes
no,
off.
I'm just gonna go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
He'll look at his flute, which is screwed into the handle of his sword, and then he'll like take his lute off his back and say, "You mean my lute?"
Yes, that. Can I see? Can I look closely at it?
Sure.
And then as he reached it out, I just smack it out of his hand onto the floor. Don't squirt me with water ever again. Keep those whale things away from me, you freak.
He just looks down at the lute. But you gave me the whale.
Because I didn't want it. Not because I wanted you to keep squirting me with it everywhere we go. And then, like, from being a goat earlier on, I just have a little bit of saliva in my mouth, like goat saliva. I just spit it at him. Bye. I'm going to bed. And as I'm walking up the stairs, I just go, weirdo.
Okay.
I'm gonna yell kabong and throw the lute at her.
I turn around, walk back down wherever I'm walking, grab the loot, and go, "You can have this back in the morning," and then take it with me to my room. Like a mother, an angry mother.
As you do, so Dimitri, as you turn around, after causing all that fuss, you see a young wizard staring at you, looking like he's about he had a scroll and a like a pen basically out for you to sign something. Puts up his finger like, never mind, and walks away.
I'll say, wait, I'm not usually like that.
Another one yells from the bar, "Is that your mom?"
Oh, that seems kind of insulting to Nileua, but yeah.
Well, I mean, she looks like she's like kind of
Old and wrinkly? Yeah, I know.
They did not say that.
I know that Dimitri is adding words into what they're saying.
He's like, authoritarian probably would have been my choice, but okay. You can kind of see these guys are all like they're in a bar for like the first time ever kind of thing. They don't, they're kind of snobby rich kids, but they look like they're barely old enough to drink in Canada, let alone America. So they're sitting there and staring at you, and you notice. Actually, do a perception check for me. I guess I should have you do this first.
Okay.
And Pree, since you're getting a drink and you're there too, please do me one as well. Oh, that's good. And 16. Nice. Nice. Great. Okay, so you guys are looking, and all of these wizards, about half of them are female, half of them are male, so there's like 6 of them. And they're all very young. The female ones have what looks to be a little pin, like a lapel pin, that they've got on their robes. And it looks like it's effectively a stylized version of the name Dimitri on it. And they're staring at you kind of longingly. And the boys are more like, you can kind of see that they're trying to be all like super cool and stuff. But occasionally one of the 2 of them gives you sort of like, oh boy, it's him. And yeah, but none of them come up to you. They're all way too intimidated to do that now.
I'm gonna say, well, I don't have my loot, but I'm gonna kind of like, I'm gonna go by Pree where she's drinking, and I'm gonna just like tap her with my finger and be like, "Hey, Pree, while I distract these guys with some music, can you find out where they got those pins from? Because I need to talk to somebody about that."
He is dead.
Oh, right. What name are you going by now?
Praetor.
Praetor. Can you talk to them about those pins?
Why?
Because somebody's using my name for merchandise and not giving me any kickbacks, and I don't like it one bit.
Okay.
Thanks.
And they'll down the entire drink that they had. Stand up, wander over. Hey, where'd you get the pins?
As she starts to walk over there, I am gonna start playing the flute though to kind of distract them. 19.
Okay, geez, again. Why is your performance so good? They are like all.
Because I am a charisma-based character.
I know, bards. I know. So you're busy playing a song. They are staring at you. I don't want to say longingly. It's more like, oh wow, he's so good. And one of them looks up to you, Praetor, and says, "Well, we got ours in the wizard shop. Xander had been selling them as part of the merchandise. So I have one of his posters too."
He doesn't get any of the money from that.
Oh, that's kind of not good for him. He should probably talk to Xander.
Hey,
Can I, like-
Dimitri. It's Xander.
He'll nod and
then-
give you a thumbs up because he's still playing the flute, so he can't talk.
I'm gonna
And then
storm.
I'll wander back to the bar and get another drink.
I'm gonna storm down the stairs and get to the bottom of the step with my arms folded, stamp my foot, and shout, "Dimitri, stop playing instruments!"
Yeah, she really is his mom, isn't she? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's true. Man alive.
Nobody likes it. You're bad at it. Go upstairs, bed. We
Wow.
have things to do.
Couple of mutters more, and they're like, "Boo, Mom, get away! Let him do what he wants. He's a grown person."
And he'll stop playing the flute and say, "Yeah, Mom."
I get really mad and
God.
with that, and I storm over to him and grab him by his ear. Right, and I drag him.
Ooh, goes up from the bar collectively. He's in trouble. Mom's gonna get him now.
I've still got the loot in my hand, and I smack him over the head with it.
Yeah, it makes like a crown.
And
As she's dragging me away, I'm gonna reach up and try to play the lute as we're walking. Let's see.
Bling,
I'll give it
bling, bling.
I'll give it disadvantage since I'm being dragged. But yeah, 15. I'm like reaching to the flute above my head, doing.
And I like do one of those like flick kicks behind me with my leg, like kick behind me and kick him. Like,
And as you drag him upstairs, and Praetor stares into their goblet of whatever, and as Bart falls gently to sleep. We'll find out what happens in the next session. If you'd like to subscribe to our channel, please do so here. If you'd like to see what we've done in the past, please check it out up here. And if you'd like to check out all of our content, you can do so at distractionsmedia.com.